welcome to a new video. If you're new here, I'm Zoe. I'm a mixed media artist, and today I want to talk you through my 100-day project. So this is really exciting. I'm currently kind of working through a 365-day project, which I started in July 2023. I will admit I've not really done art every single day. It's definitely been very up and down with productivity, but it's definitely helped me keep on track by feeling like I'm doing this year-long project. Anyway, we've now hit February, and February the 18th, 2024 is when the 100-day project starts. So I thought, hey, why not jump in on this? It will help me to give some accountability to myself, help me keep on track again, and I can get on a roll with the project that I'm currently wanting to work on. So with that in mind, let me show you what I want to be doing. So I have decided to look through loads of my old sketchbooks for this. This has given me so much inspiration. I quite often come across like old projects or ideas, or even just one spread that I really fell in love with at the time, and sort of, because you end up going off on a tangent with art, I didn't then develop that idea or didn't take it any further. So it's really nice to sometimes come full circle and come back to some of the old work that you've done previously, and just remind yourself as well about the process or the techniques that you used. Anyway, this is kind of where this started, was looking through my old sketchbooks and realizing I've got some really nice spreads with florals in them. So I thought, hey, I love drawing flowers. I love the idea of maybe buying a bunch of flowers and drawing from real life. I love the idea of going for a walk and drawing the flowers that are out in nature or in the garden, and just generally getting better at my drawing skills through drawing every day. So this is the perfect project for me, and then I can use these in designs, I can Photoshop them into repeats, I could make merch out of them, I could make stickers or prints. So it's kind of feels like it's worthwhile doing as well in the long run, like it feels useful, like I can do something with it. Bearing in mind, there's a lot of self-worth that comes with art, and I do kind of disagree with the fact that we need to make art for the sake of it becoming a thing at the end of it. But I quite like the idea. I think it just gets me excited about the project as well, that I can see where I can take this. So yes, with that in mind, this is what I want to be doing. I'm just gonna keep it simple and just do 100 days of florals, and that's it. I can then let myself play with different mediums, techniques. I can paint, I can draw, I can collage. It also means on days where I don't have much time, I'm not limited to a certain way of doing things. I can just do a quick sketch if that's the easiest thing. And then it means that I'm not kind of faltering or kind of putting too much pressure on myself to do things a certain way. I think the best art happens when you let it develop on its own and you don't have an idea of where it's going, and you can play. I think that's where the best art is done, is during that play and experiment time. So I'm quite looking forward to that. So we'll see what happens. I am going to start where I'm at now with all of my kind of watercolor, like water soluble crayons, my Neocolor 2s, all the things I usually use, my watercolor pencils as well, and my fine line pens. And yeah, just start where I am and see where it goes. I love the idea of collaging. I love the idea of abstract somehow, or maybe playing with some paint. For ages I wanted to get out my gouache as well. So yeah, this is kind of the fun side of planning for a 100-day project, is thinking about all the possibilities, all the things that have been there in the back of your mind that you've wanted to do for ages, but you've, for whatever reason, not got around to doing. So this is the time where you can kind of pull these out and have a look at them. It's great to get out old art supplies as well, things that you've been meaning to use. Like I said, with my gouache, I've got a ton of them that are basically unused. Some of them I've only ever used a few of them, but this will be really fun to just play around with basically and get to know the supplies I've got. And I think this is how you develop as an artist. And when people talk about your artistic style, It's only through this kind of development that you'll find that, and you'll find your preferred way of working. So you can't start at the beginning being the most fantastic artist in the world. It takes time, and it takes development, and it takes this experimenting. So I'm very excited to start my 100-day project, and I thought I would share with you what I've just written in my nice little notes section for February in my bullet journal. And it's kind of the why I'm doing the project, and it's going to kind of spur me on and help me to keep going, I think. And I'm definitely someone that goes off on a tangent, or if I feel like I get stuck sometimes, I need kind of a base to come back to. And having written down my whys and the reason why I want to be doing this project and the things I want to get out of it, that's going to kind of become that base, if that makes sense. So I can look back at this list and think, yeah, because actually I've got so many ideas. I think that's half my problem. I have a million ideas all the time, and it's trying to kind of find a focus so that I can just get something done. Anyway, let me show you this list. So here we are, February notes and ideas. 100-day project starts on the 18th of February. And obviously I'm doing 100 days of drawing flowers. But why, you ask? Well, I'll put it down here. My main reason really is I want to be able to add these into my mandala orbs. So I want to get better at drawing so that I can have more motifs to draw from or to pull from, so that I can add these into my bigger artworks. But equally, I want to experiment and explore and play. So I want to push the boundaries of what I'm already doing, because I always just use like these kind of art supplies. So my pencils, my watercolor crayons, and whilst I love working with these, it would be really nice to actually use some paint. So I've put that down here, look, watercolor paint. I should put paint. So it'd be nice to kind of get a more fluid feel to the work that I'm doing. Organic line as well, so playing around with line and doing maybe like looser line drawings, so wiggly, wobbly, and maybe, oh, you know, like holding the pen further up as well, so you've got a much looser line. Anyway, observation drawings, that's like buying flowers and drawing from real life, things like that. Making a flat lay as well, so making my own reference images I think is really important. And photograph that. So just trying to get lots of, almost like a bank of imagery, a bank of stuff that I can pull from to use in my work. Finished pieces, so at the end of the project I want to be able to use some of it to scan in, maybe make some repeat patterns, maybe make some merch. I've got a list of merch ideas, things like that I could do with it. Obviously I could make prints out of them, but yeah, the main one is that I want to be able to incorporate then what I've learned into my bigger artworks. Also I could make some sticker and print designs to add to my shop, which would be awesome. I want to vlog the process, so this is quite important to me, of seeing my development. So just it's starting with an idea and then letting it progress and kind of seeing how things change over time, and what I enjoy and what I don't enjoy, and what works and what doesn't, and what I learn, and how it affects my work overall as we go. And then here I've got a list of things I want to use. So I've got my sketchy sketchbook. This is a new sketchbook I bought, which is just a cheap one that I can just do black and white drawings, basically just basic doodly quick sketches. It's kind of a warm-up place, a place that's not very precious type thing, almost like my doodle sketchbook, but maybe with less colour in that one. I've got my concertina sketchbook and my big moleskin sketchbook, which I want to really dedicate this project to, and I've given myself the big one so that I've got loads of space to explore. I can do several drawings all on the same page, which is really fun, and sheets of paper, because I've really enjoyed working on loose sheets, kind of doing these bigger pieces recently, so I think that would be quite nice to just have a play around. So trying to push the boundaries of how I already work currently and seeing what I learn along the way. So 100 days, I was thinking, you know, that's just over 3 months. So yeah, it would be nice to do a few videos along the way, maybe like every 30 days or something, and then do a roundup one at the end. So yeah, I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that's been interesting to have a look at. So yeah, what are you doing for your 100-day project? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to take on this challenge, if you're going to go for it. And yeah, I'm really hoping to document this as I go. So hopefully you'll see some progress, and I will be reviewing it at the end as well, and then we can see all the work that I've done, and fingers crossed it will be a nice lot of work. I have also been thinking about how I want to do this. So for January, I have been working through what I call a doodle book, a doodle sketchbook, and this has really helped me to kind of take the pressure off and just do the work that I want to do. And I want to carry on this feeling because I did so much work in January. So I was looking at sketchbooks I already have because I am a hoarder. I have an addiction when it comes to sketchbooks. I just keep buying and buying and buying them. Anyway, I've got this really cool concertina sketchbook, which I have kind of started previously. But yeah, I thought the back side of this has been, or like the reverse side of this, is all blank. So this is a great place to start. And again, it means that I don't need to fill an entire spread in one day, because that is a lot. And because it's continuous, it means that I can just roll things together. So this will be a really nice place to experiment and kind of use it as a doodle sketchbook. So it's not got to be final pieces, it's just a place that I can play. So that's one thing. I really like the idea of just doing small pieces, so maybe cutting up some paper. I have loads and loads of pads, so maybe finding some different papers and cutting those up so that they're small and they're manageable sizes. But apart from that, again, I don't really know where this is going, so we will see. But yeah, I definitely plan on buying fresh flowers, on going for walks to find fresh flowers, also using maybe Pinterest, but a lot of the time that's kind of copyrighted imagery. So there's places like Unsplash or Pixabay, looking for royalty-free images that I can use, taking my own photos as well that I can use as reference, and yeah, just playing around. So yeah, let's see where this goes, and I'll see you very soon for an update. Thank you for watching. Lots of love. Bye.